Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Prismal, and today I'll be 2-1 with some more Binding of Isaac. I mean, I've tried playing a few runs, kind of off camera, and I'm not having the best of luck with what I want to be playing with, so yeah. We're just going to keep going, running through things and seeing what happens. Like, I was doing some Eden runs and thinking to myself, oh, you know, I get some really cool Eden runs, and essentially what happened was is I would end up like getting like a really bad roll straight away. At one point I didn't know what I had, but somehow I blew myself up just by entering the room. Mum's bottle pills. Oh no, you placed my bomb. Take the pill. Experimental. I think it was like I think it was like Bombfly or something like that, and he just hit an enemy straight off the bat. And of course, I only had like 1 heart, so it was just instant death. Mainly because of the fact I had a bad room before, and yeah, I've just had that on repeat quite a lot. I don't know how I did not take damage there. Maybe my luck's going a good way. But you know. I try to play well. I try and like min-max rooms and stuff like that because I am not a very good Isaac player. I'm a terrible Isaac player. Ah, little one. Like I do struggle playing Isaac even at the best of times. Like, I'm not a person who could sit there and say I consistently manage to beat the game, because I generally can. As evidenced by this horrible dodging pattern that I've somehow got myself into. It's that sort of differences of, like, my bad. Of knowing the patterns to dodge bosses and knowing what I should be doing versus actual put in practice stuff. You know? You know, just because I know how to do something doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be any good at it, and Dark Souls taught me that at a very, very early time. Ooh, that is half a battery charge. Infested, nice. Well, not really, but you know. Bomb, jar of flies, or a pill. I didn't get any lucky. I mean, another bomb could be pretty useful, but I need that item room. Oh no, I already found the item room, didn't I? Not that it matters anyway, I need to come back here for the Eternal Heart. We'll pick it up. Again, we'll min-max, see if we can get a pill, maybe. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of other games recently, mainly because of the fact that I've kind of hit a wall with some of the games I've been enjoying. Across the May is great, just what I wanted to see. And it's more on like that I kind of just played certain games to excess, to the point where I'm not really kind of wanting to play other games at the moment. And the fact that I probably reached burnout with the extra work I picked up, which is nearly over. You know. So, yeah, stuff that I would tend to normally enjoy, I'm probably not enjoying as much as I probably would do normally. Which is not a bad thing, but it's just kind of a bit annoying. There. And of course you blew up into like 2 more, which is great, which then summons more flies. Why are they showing the shooter ones? I didn't think they ever did that. There's an update? Did so many people complain Isaac was too easy and now they made it even more difficult than I was already struggling with before? Oh, yeah, that's the thing that I've been experiencing quite a lot playing, obviously, the new DLC for Elden Ring. Like, as I said before, like, I'm not very good at most games, and, you know, the enjoyment I get from them is either finding ways to cheese the bosses when I say infested, or finding unique solutions to problems that I can get around. And Dark Souls has always been, or any Souls-like, it's always been that sort of game that I liked because I didn't have to play it anyone else's way, I could just play it my way. You know? Didn't matter if I, you know, was terrible at the game or anything else as well. I could sit there and spend 4 hours just learning a boss's patterns and trying to dodge them all, or I could cheese it in some weird and fun way that no one's ever seen before. Or some people have done before and done in challenge runs about it, and I'm like, well... You know, I'm not bitter or anything. Yeah, Bursting Sack seems interesting enough. And then, let's go face the boss. But yeah. The bomb did not do what I wanted it to there. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Duke of Flies, trivialized by 1 bomb. Let's go. Didn't get the deal with the devil, but that's fine. It's my own fault. I took early damage. But now we have a soul heart, which will at least help us out a little bit. Horrible room, horrible room, horrible room. But yeah, I'm kind of a bit shocked that people are looking at the Elden Ring DLC and going, it's too hard. I can't do it. Help me. You know, that sort of usual stuff that, you know, even babies understand, you know, that they gotta walk before they can run type scenario. And and it's one of the things I always find absolutely hilarious about it, because it's like, so yeah, you know, like, you had a reputation of, like, just releasing very difficult DLC and just difficult games in general, didn't you, FromSoft? You're like, yeah, I did. So what'd you do? You released a difficult DLC for a difficult game. Obviously, the original game probably wasn't as difficult as you wanted to, but, you know. And like, oh, did you? So how do people go, you know, find that out about that? Oh, they all hated it. They said it was too hard. It's meant to be hard, right? Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of it. I think I remember seeing some of the interviews for the Helldivers 2 devs, or I think there's a tweet or a quote or something like that they released anyway. But I've been like, looking at stuff on all these topics and being like, yeah, a game made for everybody is a game made for nobody. And you know what? I get behind that philosophy completely. You know, like, genuinely I do. There are games out there I wouldn't touch the barge pole, but, you know, they have their audience as such. Like, I don't know, there's probably a handful of Peppa Pig games out there for the Peppa Pig fans, and, you know, it's just not my demographic. Milk. The difference is if those games didn't exist, it wouldn't allow people and other developers to kind of, like, you know, learn to develop games and other things. If you suddenly turn those games to, yeah, it needs to appeal to the wider audience, so we're going to put an action section right in the middle of it. You know, the intended target audience being like, you know, probably like 3 to 5-year-olds. It needs more guns. To be honest, I could probably see an EA executive going that exact thought process. You know. It's like, we need to get in the younger crowd. How are we going to do that? I don't know. Let's just introduce Peppa Pig into Call of Duty. And we'll just double those straight away. I kind of want to see it now, actually. It would be a terrible idea. You know, Activision Blizzard. It's an absolute terrible idea. No one would buy it. Everyone would think you're joking completely. But, you know, those young ones that clearly aren't old enough to buy the game will definitely like that skin. I mean, to be honest, yeah, Activision Blizzard is full of poor marketing decisions. That probably won't be the first or the last one if they ever did it. You know. Yeah, we lost Steel Devil, that's fine. Gertie with this amount of damage is not a bad thing to kind of take damage on, so... Crackerjacks. And we get the faded Polaroid. Interesting. I have enough money for the shop, so... Let's go see. The map would be nice, but I'm not really that interested. The giant pill. Not really. Diplopia. Interesting idea. The habit. I guess I'll take it. It is also half price as well. And we'll pick up the card, see what it is. The devil. Interesting for a boss fight. No idea why I'm trying to kill that spider. And now pettiness, maybe. But yeah, like, I just don't understand it. Like, at what point was anyone ever thinking that a great idea to... infested again. A great idea from a FromSoft game is to complain that the game is too hard. Like, do you know how many people have complained that saying Dark Souls needs an easy mode and just got no response? Great speed down. I have 0 luck, so I should at least, like, win once, maybe. Okay. Bad times all around. You're just getting blown up. Game cartridge, I would love to take you, but, you know, I think I got better options. Or do I, is the question. But yeah, I mean, there's loads of games like that, and I still stand by the idea that games having a difficulty slider is a detriment to the game itself, you know? Because what you're saying is we've got such a poorly designed game that the only way we can change the difficulty is just by increasing numbers of the boss's health pool and decreasing your numbers to make it more difficult. Which doesn't make it more difficult, it just makes the whole thing more arbitrary. You know, instead of me having to hit your boss 10 times to kill it, I now have to hit it 20. Which just means that it's more of a test of patience than it is a test of skill. You know? I should not have picked that up. Meh, whatever, it's a free hit now. But yeah, it's kind of an annoyance that I find, and there'll be games out there that, yeah, they are a test of patience, but yeah, but that's the whole game design, it's not any different. You suddenly saying the fact that, oh, we've got an easy mode for a game because people were... There we go. I knew I was going to take the hit anyway from one of these eventually. We're going to put an easy mode for the game because people are either, we want them to complete it. Like, do you really want them to complete it then? Like who are you advertising a game that is meant to be played on an easier mode to what you thought it should be played at? You know, but as I said, I'm not a games designer. But the whole point is, like, you craft a game for intended purposes, and just changing the numbers of stuff is not a great way to balance the game. Infestation. Can we get more hearts or stuff like that? Would be nice. We'll go and see what's in here. I have bombs. Joker. Yeah, we'll do it. I don't know what the one on the left is, but we'll pick it up. And missing page 2 is fine. We'll pick that up because it just gives me a heart back. I was hoping for something a little bit better than what I got, which is kind of annoying, but you know. No idea what this item does that I picked up. Oh, it just generally maybe puts a passive fear on enemies charging towards me, I guess. Enemies that I stare at will be feared. Ah, my eyes. But yeah. It does baffle me quite a lot that games will like placate to an easier game mode, and it's just like, well, my bad. Like, if you've got a single player experience, there's no point in worrying about, oh, is the game too easy or too hard? In my opinion, like, the game will be broken many different ways in all sorts of unusual circumstances, regardless if you wanted to or not. So, placating to put in an easier version of the game just seems kind of redundant. You know? And this is a person who's not great at video games saying that. Yeah, missing page 2 goes off. You know, if I'm spending 40 quid on a game, I want to make sure that I get all the frustration that comes along with that. Experimental pill. You know, I want all that frustration. I want all that annoyance being thrown my way. I want to be crying in the corner after I haven't been able to defeat the first boss of the game for 4 hours. And to be honest, if you want to make the game more difficult, you know, this one might be a hot take for most people, just put it in New Game Plus mode. Just put in a New Game Plus mode. like I don't understand why that isn't just more of a feature in most games, especially any like collectible RPG elements and stuff like that, or you know, a game where it is designed for you to get stronger and stronger. Then you just go through, okay, we're gonna put a new game plus mode where we vary the enemy design a little bit, improve their AI, give some more later game enemies in the early game phases, and you have all your abilities from the get-go. You know, there you go, have fun. You know, test the limits. And what we'll do then was, like, you know, because you're in New Game Plus, we'll, like, say, double the health pools and usual stuff like that at that point. And then that's when you can increase the numbers. That's when you can do the arbitrary things to make the game harder, because people have already gone through your game once in New Game Plus mode. Then I will always say that I think this is always the best thing in the Ratchet & Clank series, when they started doing New Game Plus mode properly, which was like giving you the ability to like level up your guns. And is it Ratchet & Clank 3 that gave you the ability to, no, it was the Ratchet & Clank Gladiator one that allows you to level up the guns in 99. Yeah, I got no damage. Oh, we got pretty far in this game anyway. You know what? No game. Just no. But yeah, like, I will say that now, like, that in itself was just really good. Yeah, Fear does nothing to this guy. He's just not scared of me at all. But I completely agree, like, at that point the game knew exactly what sort of it was trying to do. Whether the game was any good is up for people's debate, and I know a lot of people debate over that game quite highly. And like whether the game was actually enjoyable or any good at all. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. It was different from the formula. It tried to make some new interesting decisions, and whether they were all successful or not, no. But I mean, it did bring other stuff that, you know, to the franchise, which admittedly I never really got to play after that, which was my own annoyance. You know, console switching over and everything else as well, and like, oh yeah, great, so all the games I want to play now, I can't play because I was the idiot that went and got the Xbox instead of the PS3? But for like the weapon clips and stuff like that, so the ability to like kind of configure the weapon with like plugins or mods. Like, that was such a good idea. I am on show 2 again. I am going to blow up some skulls here. Yeah, we'll use the moon card. 99 bombs. I will take that. Bomb everything now. Put myself straight back in that Monster 2 fight. Everything dies in this room anyway. Can't see a tinted rock. But yeah, I mean, there are plenty of games that kind of like, and that's the one thing that I always found with when people kind of were looking at games and stuff, and like saying like one game's good or bad, is that the game's neither good or bad. It's just your interpretation of the game. Like, was it successful or was it not? And unfortunately, yeah, there were games that weren't very successful because of whatever particular thing they were going for. Oh, really? The bomb knocks it across the room for me. Brilliant. I just kind of wish, like, people wouldn't worry about, like, whether a game was good or not. They just appreciate the mechanics in some cases, like, what they were. There are so many games I enjoyed that maybe probably aren't the best looking back at them now. Even I will admit that. Me and my bombs say no to that room. Ooh, Spirit Heart. I gotta pick it up now no matter what. Anemic. We are not getting damage items today, and can't see a Tinted Rock. Really, I got hit by everything there. I think these infested pills are pretty much the only thing that have been keeping me going. Oh, let's go and lose against this guy. How did I know? But yeah, I mean, I'm still struggling with games. I might as well pop a loss up anyway. There's no harm in that. But yeah, you can see that I'm just not having the best of times and getting all those ones where I take less damage and don't get any single damage items. That's been happening on repeat. But anyway, if you enjoy this video, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.